Hey guys, so this is the video for the remaining tips for Pickles. Um, yep. So the first tip is regarding his Euphoria. Yeah. So his Euphoria, he currently grants 4 type of buff, and if it's a mineral unit, you get all 4. And if it's a mineral unit, he will also do Hedonism Implement, which have all the dispel, and he does it very consistently every turn, which is really awesome. Then after that, he casts a Hedonism Implement, this includes the follow-up attack, right? The follow-up attack version of this attack and the active version. Both of it will grant Rousing Morale. Then if you use his ultimate, it will give 30% damage dealt, minus 40 because my pickle is P2, but for you guys it will be 30%. And he will also give 15% extra action damage dealt. If the character in front, if a mineral, that increase to 30%. This is a mistake. It's written here enemy, but if you click on the ultimate, it's actually listed as ally. Right? Ally. So, yeah. So basically, 4 buffs, which is very potent. Free rank 2, which comes with Rousing Morale and Dispel. Then 30% to normal attacks and 60% damage dealt to follow-up attack. So that is incredibly strong. And obviously you want to pair him with mineral units. But here the tips is that he actually is still very good with non-mineral. So part of this video I will cover on non-mineral. And if you really want to use pickles in non-mineral, go ahead, right? Like if you don't have any other better characters, Mercurial, Lopera, and then you need another damage support, just go for pickles. Right? So if it's non-mineral, you get 2 out of 4. And basically it's random on which one you will get. Right? Sometimes it can be penetration rate and crit rate, or crit damage and crit rate, leech or penetration. So you don't really get to control that. But if you get any 2 of this, it's already very good. Then after that, non-mineral will not get this auto cast Hedonism Implement. You won't get this as a follow-up. So which means you have to actively select it, which also means you get lesser Rousing Morale, so you have to actively select it as well. Which you will when I explain about the rotation for non-mineral. So technically you are still granting your party with, the character in front, your DPS with Rousing Morale. And you are getting 30% to normal attacks and 45% to extra action. So honestly for me, just this 45% to extra action as well as 2 of this buff is already good enough. Like it's almost comparable to Mercuria. And Mercuria, if you are using it in a team where you don't have a lot of rank incantation follow-up or rank up, you will not be able, like, her damage dealt buff will probably in the range of 20 to 30%. Then she has the incantation might, crit damage, and crit, right? So, which is not that much different. Like here you have penetration or critical rate 2, then you have Rousing Morale, and then you have very high damage dealt. So anyway, tips 1, you can consider to use him in non-mineral team. Alright, so tips number 2, I have to demonstrate it to you. Okay, tips number 2, I have to demonstrate to you. I think I will go to the current mains bulletin. So tips number 2, when you need to actively cast an incantation, prioritize S2 over S1. Okay, due to Rousing Morale. So I'm just going to go in. And also use it right before the DPS unit uses an ultimate or a very strong attack, because Rousing Morale will deplete. So here I'm going to demonstrate to you first. gonna try to at least get. I'm putting eternity for fun here. I don't think eternity is a good. Okay, just not to be confused. I should change. Let me change to Calabao now for better context. What's Calabao? Although she's like pretty bad at the moment. Okay, you see at the start of the fight, you are getting 2 buff already, crit damage, penetration rate. Then, just going to go random here. So hedonism, and okay, he got the Rousing Morale, but instantly use it because she attacks. Right? So if I want to use, okay, wait. Nope. Just to increase the damage a little bit. Okay. Alright, so that gives Rousing Morale. But this one we cannot decide, right? I mean, we can't really choose when you want to use the hedonism. Okay, so here I'm gonna do this. Okay, let me correct that. You can actually choose the hedonism because the first attack, then Pickles will cast the hedonism implement. What do you call it? Hedonism implement, yes. He will cast that, right? But let's say, like now if I do this, he will cast the hedonism and I will get that. But let's say if you are actively going to use an incantation, prioritize this one, okay? And use it after a big attack. Now, assuming that I do not have any Rousing Morale because I have it because of the previous turn I was using this one. But let's say if I don't have any and like Kalabauna is going to do 2 attacks, right? 2 attacks. Wait, where is hedonism? Okay, fine. Yeah. So Rousing Morale stacks. So previous round I use it, that's why I have extra stacks. So now I have 2. And I'm going to use the ultimate, which then trigger the follow-up attack. So now 2 stack of Rousing Morale will give me both. But here I'm going to use this first because I want to increase the planet 3. Then I will use this. This will trigger the hedonism implement, which will give me another stack of Rousing Morale. Then I will use this. Alright, so that would at least like kind of guarantee higher damage from Kalabauna. And back to the buff here, crit damage, penetration rate, crit rate, and leech rate. So I have all 4. Okay, not an issue. Okay, so let's go. So this will give the Rousing Morale. See, I'm back to 2. So basically the first attack will trigger hedonism implementation in a round, the first attack. Right, so here 59,000 damage, not bad. and then do a follow-up. Bam, 60,000. So that's like over 100,000 damage from Calabauna's ultimate, which is pretty strong. Okay, so that's tips number 2. Use Hedonism Implement when you have to actively cast incantations, because that helps on the Rousing Morale stacks. Okay, tips number 3. There is some comparison to do, but basically tips number 3, make sure Pickles has clarified topic when using ultimate for additional duration, and use his ultimate as the first skill, so all remaining attack can benefit from its buff. So here I'm going to use 2 of these attacks, because this will instantly get me his ultimate. Although in rotation wise I do not really recommend this, I would say, wait 1 turn, give him another clarified topic, and then only set up the ultimate. But if you really need to by round 2, you can just use 2 of his incantation, he will instantly get his ultimate. Right, so now, here, we want to use the ultimate when there's clarified topic. Because if not, the ultimate will only be 2 turns. So I'm going to show it like, let's say in this situation, I use up. Sometimes this gets used up, especially if you have like 9will trigger the follow attack at the start of the turn, and then Pickles will trigger Hedonism Implement, and the clarified topic will be gone. So which means when you are using the ultimate, you won't have any clarified topic. And that is crucial to have it, because you will stabilize your rotation. Okay, so here you see if I don't have it, now I won't get any moxie after using ultimate, and ultimate will only be for 2 turns. Okay, so you see, and now I only have 1 turn left, so next round I will not have the ultimate. Even if I try, I use this, get 2 moxie, 3 moxie, I won't get his ultimate. So basically I cannot, sustain his ultimate, right? Which is not a good gameplay. You really want to sustain his ultimate. So here again, I'm going to use it with clarified topic active. And again with 9you want to wait 1 turn. Like this round, don't use Pickles incantation. Here I'm just going to speed up the video. So I use Calbauna here, and then I instantly get Pickles ultimate. Alright, so here, okay. And if you use Pickles ultimate, make it the first skill you use in the AP bar, right? Because it means all these remaining attacks, they will all be buffed by the damage dealt. Yes, Pickles damage dealt from the ultimate is party wide. So you want to apply the buffers right at the start. And if it's a buff, it actually can be extended by Dmg. So with that, it makes Pickle even more AP friendly. Here, I have 1. Okay, I have 1. What do you call it? A moxie, right? So now, don't do anything. Don't do anything. And in the next round, I will get 1 moxie again, and I will get 2 total. I will get 2 clarified topic. Okay, so this is tips number 5 actually about his rotation with mineral team. what you want to do is, after you use the ultimate, then don't move. Sorry, this tip's number 4, right? After ultimate, the next round, don't act. You will get 1 moxie because of hedonism implement, and you will get 2 clarified topic, which will help in the rotation. Now you have 1 turn left for the damage bonus. Okay, 1 turn left for damage bonus. And extra action is 2 rounds. That's because during the entire time, Pickle was attacking, so he kept refreshing the extra action buff. However, the damage dealt buff is only refreshable from the ultimate. The extra action is just by attacking. So here I want to get back the ultimate in the next round to maintain the damage dealt buff. All I need to do with 2 clarified topic is just use this attack. Or again, prioritize S2 to give more Rousing Morale stacks. Right, giving Rousing Morale. 2 Rousing Morale. And with that, I got my moxie up to 5. Okay, and the start of next round, I will have clarified topic again for my ultimate to have 3 rounds. Yeah, so this is actually quite tricky if you have Julianzu because of the follow-up attack that she triggered. It might accidentally consume the clarified topic, which you don't want to happen. Okay, and one more thing here, if let's say you do not have an incantation that you want to use, and you can use any that you want, I would recommend to use Pickles, because this round he acts, and then you use this, you get the additional moxie, but then the next round you don't act. Right, so that will give you additional moxie, so it's easier for you to re-achieve back. You don't want to use it like in the turn after, or else it will interrupt the clarified topics. He get extra clarified topic if he don't act at all for that 1 round. So anyway, I'm going to use it here. Okay, trigger hedonism, giving another Rousing Morale to Calabauna. Right, not too bad. 90 plus 8. How much was that just now? It was over total. It was over 100,000. Yep. So that is for tips number 4 regarding his rotation. Right. So basically, that's all the tips for mineral unit. So now I'm going to show you for non-mineral. Okay. Right. For Liang Yue's case, you see, if I use both of this, I will only get 4 moxie, right? Because in front of him is not a mineral unit, so he will not trigger hedonism implement. Alright, so what I recommend is that since if I use both, no, I shouldn't use both yet. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So if I use both, I will get 4. I'm short of 1. So in situation like this, rather than using an incantation to actually get that additional moxie, move it. So this will give me the extra total clarity and the clarified topic. Okay, so this tips is saying that if you are 1 moxie away from getting ultimate, don't use the incantation actively, move it. Okay, move it to get moxie. However, actually for non-mineral, you don't really need to be worried about that clarified topic because he will get crazy amount of clarified topic and it's insane, right? Here, sometimes you also can consider like merging and then attacking. This will also give me 5 moxie for the ultimate. But anyway, I'm going to refresh because I need Yang Yue to actually do something. What? Okay, this is just for showcase, right? Don't really recommend that. If actually this happened, I will wait 1 more turn to get his ultimate. Okay. Right. So in this team, now if you use this, he will get 1 moxie. So technically he need another 4 moxie to get his ultimate. And I would, okay, so here Liang Yue is also here. I will use this, bring Liang Yue's incantation into the mix zone. Boom. Alright, you see 4 rounds of damage dealt. 4 rounds. Because it was cast in the green zone. So now, for the remaining of the turn, I don't have to act at all for Pickles. So only until like your damage dealt buff is now down to 1 round, that's when you want to do something. Okay, to reactivate the damage dealt. Or else here you can just be passive, you don't even have to do anything. Right? And to get back his ultimate, which I will do it in the next round, let me just finish off this. Look at that. This is okay. Right, 1. Two. Now 100,000 ones coming. Nah, 64. Okay, so here if you want to get back Pickle's incantation, which actually I don't need to because I still have 2 more rounds, I could just reset and set up Liang Yue again, but just for demonstration, and assuming I do not have so many of Pickle's incantation here, okay, I'll just say, right, so with that I will get back to ultimate. So technically he needs total of 3 AP in around 3 rounds, so 1 AP per round, but do not like actively act with Pickles every round. In between the ultimate and the final round, before the damage dealt buff expires, don't act at all. Don't do it. Just let him be. Okay? Yeah, so that is the tips for Pickles. Tip number 5, which is with non-mineral units. Okay. Tip number 6, you already seen the video. I posted in a separate video because it's about the counter. And lastly, tips number 7 is that Pickles buff is generic. So there's an issue that he will override, or another character will override his buff. And you don't want that. So which means actually in terms of team comp, he can be a bit restrictive. Like here I'm gonna bring in Mercuria. So Mercuria also have generic buff. Oh wait. So let us spectate, or let us see how does it affect. Although Mercuria is still a very good synergy with Pickles due to the hedonism implement rank 2 that he does it as a follow-up attack, which fuels Mercuria's cosmic energy, and Mercuria does have incantation might, which is additional.
Let's go. I want that. Can I start running?
Okay, additional to Pickles' collection of buff. Right. So here what do we have? Crit rate up. Leech rate up. This is also crit rate up, 20%. This is 15%. So I use this likely it will be overwritten. See? It's the same buff. As in Mercuria has overwritten Pickles buff. So they cannot stack. Okay, they cannot stack. So be careful with that. Who else has generic buff? Okay. But give me give me one moment. Okay, now there's crit damage and incantation might up. So let us look at the two. Crit damage, crit rate up, because Pickle override it again. Incantation might, leech rate, and crit damage is just 1. So technically by this round, Pickle should also have granted crit damage to Jiuliangzi. So now both of this crit damage cannot stack. Okay, so using Mercuria here actually would be a waste, although if you are just looking for that 50% damage dealt from Mercuria Cosmic Energy, that is really good. Then also Mercuria with the side cube has more damage on rank 2 or rank 3, which means the hedonism implement hit harder. Jiuliangzi can also hit harder depending on your gameplay. But in terms of the generic buffs, they actually override one another. So be careful with that. In terms of damage dealt, like NN has damage dealt. So that doesn't play well with Pickle's ultimate. What else? Necrologist.
Hello.
Okay, this is in the form of
My apologies. I'm losing it a little from all
there, and 50% damage dealt. So that is also doesn't play well with Pickles. Okay, so that's the reason why Pickles has so many generic buff, because they are expecting that not all of it will actually work, in a sense that they will get overwritten and you can't really stack the buff up. Okay, so yeah, so basically that's all for the tips for Pickles, and thank you for watching this video and have a good day.